Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where basically we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Pixar's Coco. Okay, so, sorry, we're shooting on a phone because camera won't defog. It's cold outside.
It's really cold outside. And
yeah.
You the camera in the car.
Yeah, well, it happens. Anyways, so we're going to do our no spoiler review of the latest Pixar movie, Disney Pixar, Coco. We won't do any spoilers here, but we will give you most of our review. And then we're going to do a video where we talk all the spoilers and geek out about our favorite parts and what we loved, what we didn't, all that kind of stuff. And if you'd like to see that review, there's a link in the description below or something that's popping up right about now. You click on that, check it out, come on back, watch it, and then you can...
I'm not going anywhere.
Wait, actually, don't watch that first. You want to watch this first, because this is where the review is. I know I got sidetracked by the pretty lady over here. So also, sorry about the angle up. We had to improvise. It is what it is. Okay, so, overall, I had some higher expectations for it. I really, really liked this movie. I might not have liked it as much as I wanted to or expected people would think I would, by a little bit. Because I did get teary-eyed in a lot of places, but I never actually, like, outright cried. There was a moment or two that almost got it from me, but didn't quite. And some of that may just be audience experience, that kind of stuff, too, so...
Can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
I'm just curious.
As long as no spoilers, yes.
Have you ever had to deal with a relative who's, like, forgotten who you are?
No, but I mean, I could see, but you know, I mean, I can put myself in people's shoes, so I mean...
The thing is, I've gone through that twice, and it's rough.
Yeah. I'm debating if that's a spoiler. No, I guess it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
It kind of introduced the character right away, so
yeah.
I think we're okay with that. But anyways, so that's my general impressions of the movie.
Yeah. And
we'll get more detailed here in a minute. Did you like it?
I liked it.
Did you like it? Did you love it? Do you want some more of it? Did you try so hard but you can't rise above it? You don't know what it is about that little girl's loving?
Oh gosh.
But you like... I'll stop. All right. Coco, your thoughts. Coco!
I liked it. I liked the music. Liked how it had a fairly healthy dose of actual, Spanish in it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I really appreciated a look into a culture that I appreciate, but I'm not as familiar with as maybe I would like to be. Which, by the way, if we say something wrong or something here, please understand we aren't trying to offend anybody. We just get excited or, we don't know and politely educate us because we do want to know better. But we'll see what happens.
It's just like, I took Spanish in high school, so I was like, I follow most of that.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of that. Like, if you're worried about that, there's very little of that. It's not like a subtitle-heavy movie or anything like that. But
yeah, a lot of the phrases are fairly common, mostly family or, relative relationship type names. Yeah, and
you'll pick it up through context in that regard. But listen, pacing, fantastic. It moves really well. Really good story. I'm trying to make up my mind, like, is it a unique story or not? Or is it something we've kind of... It's fairly unique. I do have some issues with the overall message of the movie. That may just be me personally. We'll get into that when we get to spoilers. The music is fantastic, though. She said she liked the music, but the songs and the score. But again, I like that style of music a lot. Like, I love mariachi bands and all that kind of stuff, and just the flamenco style and the classical guitar riffs and all that kind of thing. So I mean, that really spoke to me. I love the score and the soundtrack. I want to check out more of that. Character designs, amazing. Yeah. Especially, all the skeletons and everything and the things they can do with them.
And like how they use the different, like, little decorative details that you see, like, on the sugar skulls and stuff. Yeah. Like if the person is supposed to have a beard, then they'll have, like, really fancy decorations down through here.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of nifty.
It was very clever. The color palette, the design of the locations, fantastic. Yeah, it is a good story, the more I'm thinking about it, too. It is a little bit different and something cool going on in there. And the characters, the ones you're supposed to love, you love. The ones you're supposed to not love, you don't love when you're not supposed to love them. So all of that's really good. As usual with the Pixar film, solid direction, solid editing, all that kind of stuff. Sound design, everything. Yeah. So no complaints there. Yeah, I think really just, we had a bit more of a noisy audience because it's more of a kid's film, so you get more kids in there. It wasn't that bad, but, some of the emotional moments, we had somebody that may have been a bit mentally challenged. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying they seem to be very emotionally affected, like loudly emotionally affected, to where it was a little bit distracting in sense of, like, what is that noise? Oh, this emotional scene just happened, and I wasn't connected in that moment. So that may have played into my slight bit of it not being as emotionally impactful as I expected. And we'll talk a little bit more about it in spoilers too, but there's an element, the musical element is important to the movie, but it's not as important, or at least not important in the way I was thinking it was going to be, and I thought that's what would hook me a little bit more than it did. It really is more about the family side of things than it is the music side of things. Yeah. Which is fine, but again, you know, expectations getting the better of me, so. Yeah.
Okay, it's a Pixar movie. Yes, there's going to be family stuff. Lots and lots of family stuff.
You say that like I didn't know that going in. I knew that going in. I just thought the music would be a bigger part of it than it was. And it was still a big part of it. But there weren't really messages about music per se in this. It was...
No, there's not going to be messages about anything other than family.
Well, I thought maybe there would be some artistic, creative, you know, about being a creator, about what the mindset is like to bring these things to life out of nothing.
All my comments involve spoilers.
That's what I figured. We'll talk more about that in the spoilers. The guitar work, and I would have noticed this had I not even seen a featurette, but the guitar work's fantastic. It's legitimate. They're doing the right chords, they're picking, they're strumming. I mean, you can learn to play the song by watching these animations play the songs.
Okay.
So that was really a really nice touch, and it felt very smooth and fluid. I don't think any character was wasted. I think everything was really well done. It blended really well. There's a big twist towards the end we won't talk about here. I figured it out halfway through the movie. You got it a little bit later, but I was like, oh, it's a cool twist, but I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so there's all of that. The main character, the kid, Miguel?
Miguel.
Yeah, he was really cool. Voice acting on that, really good. That character really came to life for me. The spirit animal stuff is really cool. Yeah. There's some just great visuals and characterization in there.
The great-great-great-grandmother's ride was awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I think I put enough greats in there.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. It's a very, 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 very multi-generational family we're talking about in this story. So, but there's definitely some cool stuff, and I did quite enjoy it. And it's one I'll definitely watch again and again. And you know, it's definitely in the top end of my Pixar loves. So I mean, I don't want you to think like I didn't like it. Like I did really like it. I just thought I might get a little bit more out of it than I did. But it's up there, man. It's probably in my top 5 somewhere. Yeah. I don't know exactly where, because like Inside Out's fantastic. Up still does it for me. The Incredibles. You know, these are some of my favorite Pixar movies.
I have no idea.
Right, there's too many good ones. They're kind of hard to rank. I can tell you my least favorite Pixar movie.
What's that?
Cars 2. And it's not actually that bad. But still, you know, they can't all be winners. But I think for the most part that covers... Oh, one other thing we'll talk about, the short.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you enjoyed the short, I could tell, a lot more than I did.
Yeah. There's a Frozen short.
Which is...
It's a Christmas special.
Part of my problem, because when it was over, I was like, I really wish we could have had an actual Pixar short. Because, you know, Pixar doesn't do the Frozen stuff. That's the actual Disney animation team. And I feel like the Pixar shorts in animation, they have more heart to them. They have more cohesion of a story.
Basically, what it was is next year you'll see it on TV as a half-hour Christmas special.
Probably. And
that's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. And listen, it wasn't bad, and I got some giggles out of it and enjoyed it. But I mean, and Frozen's all right, but it's not nearly as cool as anything I see from Pixar.
90% songs.
Yeah, and they weren't great songs to me. There's
Some of them were cute.
There's no Let It Go in there. Olaf was a bit much for me. It was a bit much on the Olaf play. You know.
I really enjoyed it.
No, she really did, and that's fine, but I found myself getting slightly annoyed by it. It's kind of like...
You weren't exactly a huge fan of Frozen in and of itself.
Right, no, I mean, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but I can't say that I loved Frozen. I saw it really late, so yeah. So there's that. So just be aware of that. It's not actually a Pixar short. Yeah. So that may be a thing. Maybe it's somebody who sells it more.
I like the funny stuff. The more sentimental stuff, I'm kind of like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt very much like a...
It was a Christmas special. It's what it was. It was a Christmas special.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much right. So I think that pretty much covers our no spoiler review for Coco from Pixar and Disney. But let us know, guys. No spoilers in these comments. If you want to talk spoilers, please jump over to the spoiler video and we can talk there. Here, just let us know if you're going to see it. If you vaguely agree or disagree, all that kind of stuff. Love to hear your thoughts on that, how excited you are for it, all of that. I know a lot of you guys commented about they can't wait to see what I have to say because how I reacted to the trailer, they figured I'd be crying. So maybe also that's part of it too. I got a lot of people telling me I was going to cry a lot at this movie. And it wasn't like, oh, challenge accepted, I won't. It was just, I went in thinking, okay, good, it's really going to get to me. And then I'm like, it's not quite getting there. Like, I was very misty-eyed through a lot of it, but, you know, still.
I said, he is so easily distracted by sounds in the theater. Like,
that aren't supposed to be there.
And there were a lot of people in there, a lot of kids, a lot of crinkling papers and whatnot. Even I was a little distracted.
Oh, there you go. That validates. Validates.
No, and it takes a lot more to distract me than it does him. So I mean, yeah, I think if your first time had been, you know, by yourself.
Yeah, like at home or something.
Been like,
had a drink or something, you know, yeah, more engaged. Probably. She's probably right. But anyways, yeah, so there you go. That's the no spoiler thing. Jump on over, see the spoilers. We'll talk a bit more. Click that thumbs up button. Give us that good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. And I guess we're going to get on out of here, and we're going to go talk some spoilers. And we will see you guys later.